They tried to play us, but we made the game.
BDE.
Offend these haters, turn their shade to shame.
Believe you me.
Stick with the name that pays. Big Daddy everything.
And they thought I was dumb to rap, but how dumb is that when I'm the running back? Gut punch you in front of you at eye level, see if you gon' stomach that. It's food for thought, but we don't feed them hoes, we don't need them hoes. Eloquent, Big Daddy elephant, just in they element. Intelligence, telling men something they can tell a friend. And
Dun, 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 dun. I'm Intimate Fancy. What's up? Heard of men? What's happening? Man, brother, this feels like I'm shining. I don't know what's going on.
Hey, you look good, brother. You know.
I appreciate it. Welcome everyone. Wanted to just see y'all again. Couldn't wait to see y'all again. You know, we're doing this a little bit early, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not going to really matter because at some point in the future, no one will remember that we didn't do this on our scheduled days.
They won't. It'll just be another video in the list of videos.
That's true.
That everyone's going to be watching.
Hey, did everybody hear that voice? That's my boy Jeff. Jeff, you want to say what's up to the people?
Oh, yes, sir. Hey, people. What's up? It's your boy Jeff. And this is the Big Daddy Energy Podcast. This is where we talk about all things related to manliness, the Manosphere. It's good to be here, man.
Is it? Because women are telling you stop.
Contrary to what women may want, it's still good.
Still good. You. I was talking to my wife the other day. Maybe yesterday. It was yesterday. I was talking to her about BDE, brother. You know the actual real meaning.
Mm-hmm.
Big D energy. Talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
And you know who came up with that, brother? It was women that came up with that. Right. So here we are. We're talking about Big Daddy energy, and we have a company, Big Daddy Everything, and obviously BDE are the initials for it. And to stay true to that premise and that approach, it is important for us to not lose our allure, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's so easy for us to be grouped into all these guys that they hate. No woman hates BDE, man.
No, they don't get hated on, brother.
They don't. And I was telling her that it's a type of confidence and a type of just kind of dealing with everything that a man that has BDE, you know, does, brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking away. Y'all forgive me. Just trying to put my thoughts together. But it's that's what it is, Jeff. That you know, we don't want to look at you in this light of you piss us off or you just get under our skin so much. And I thought I liked you, but you're a scumbag.
Yeah,
you're horrible. But a true BDE man doesn't go around saying, "Oh, I don't want you to think of me like that."
That's
counter.
That's MDE.
MDE.
Medium. Maybe some ADE, some average. DE.
Yeah, that's ADE. It's average, right?
Yeah, it's not LDE, brother, because it's not like they're begging. We're not begging.
Right.
But yeah.
This is average, right? So there's this clip, man. I need to get it to everyone. I think everybody should have this little clip on hand. It's a young man, brother. You can tell he's maybe just out of high school.
Okay.
And he's issuing an apology, a public apology. He's saying,
okay.
I'd like to apologize for the I don't know the exact words, but he says for the subtle inconvenience of me not giving up.
Yes, sir.
I need to get
Yeah,
that to everyone, brother.
yeah,
When you
yeah,
see it,
yeah.
when you see it, you'll love it. I see it on
Yeah,
Instagram all the time.
I like that, brother.
Yeah, he's talking regularly, and you're not expecting it, and he's just not giving up. Very cool stuff. And so most BDE men, brother, it doesn't matter what you think, man. Actually, um, I'm here to take up my space.
Mhm.
You know, but usually in taking up that space, it's not super offensive, brother.
Right, right, right.
So, just like anybody in a position of authority, I would say we have a position of authority.
Right.
There should always be this. Let's talk.
Right. Yeah.
Let's not be tyrants here. Let's talk about this thing. Any thoughts, brother?
Yeah, brother. Yeah. First of all, I'd like to say that I'm not getting shy repeatedly while we're here.
I was
There's
seeing you a little blushed
yeah.
over there. You look a little blushed.
Well, that's not what's happening. I don't know what's going on with my lighting, but it's turning me pink over and over. And so that's not what's happening, guys. But yeah, brother, I got some thoughts on it. So there are going to be some people that are offended when the elephant takes his space. I would say that the people that were in the space that weren't supposed to be in the space will immediately be offended because they have to leave. They have to leave. It's kind of like when I was a child, I remember there was a thing we used to go to. It was like a YMCA type thing, like a free community place for kids to go play. And there was a section where you could play pool, but I was too young to go into that section to play pool. That's where the older kids went. And one day I was there late. My parents were not picking me up on time. I was having to wait for somebody to get off work. They shut the place down. The lady said, "You can just hang out in the front until your parents get here." And then she walked away. And I went over to the pool tables while the lights were off. And I started to play pool, finally. And she caught me. She came out and said, "Hey, what are you doing? The lights are off. You're not supposed to be in there." And I was like, "Oh," and I threw the pool table down. And I scurried off. And she said, "Sit down right here." I was immediately offended because I wasn't supposed to be there, brother. And so I was out of place, So those that are out of place in the places where they don't belong, and then a man comes and says, "Hey, I'm here to get my space, and this is actually a portion of my space," they'll be offended. They'll be offended, but no harm, no foul. All you have to do is get out of my space, and then you and we're friends, actually.
Got you.
We're actually cool. The elephant doesn't beef with the deer when the deer moves, right? The deer moves out of his space. The elephant takes his space. They're not beefing. They're cool. They're still drinking from the same water.
That's true.
I think that if you're going to talk about very difficult topics, there's no way of getting around someone being offended.
Okay.
Right? Because most people typically have flaws in the way they see the world or the way they think.
How dare you? Who are you to say that they have flaws?
Well, I've actually met quite a bit of people. I'm actually well versed in this. I've been studying people for quite some time.
Okay.
I got like 34 years under my belt at dealing with people.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I was just thinking that,
brother, I've been socialized for 34 years. I know people.
Okay, look.
All right. This is what I do. I'm actually a person. All right. So I'll say this and I'll be done. Anytime you want to think about yourself and maybe you want to see if you're like at least average in the way you think,
right.
You could watch something like Family Feud, right? For example, they ask 100 men this question and then there's 5 answers on the board. Start answering those questions. And if you get some of them right, then you're kind of like the 100 guys. You see, you're kind of thinking the way everyone else is thinking. And so, right. And then, kind of gauge yourself in that way and get to know people and see what other people are thinking. What you'll find out is that you have some flaws in your thinking and so does everyone else. So when you care about the truth, it's going to attack the people that have the flaws in their thinking.
Got you.
And they're going to be like, no, why did you say that? But it isn't my fault that you built your life around something you didn't understand. That isn't my fault.
Good.
So
I was speaking with my brother. That's wonderful, brother. I was talking to another one of my brothers, right,
all right.
about uh, when I learned that I had thinking errors, that I had flawed thinking.
Okay.
I was mid-20s, and I understood that. Well, prior to that, I understood that. Hey, I mean, everybody's alive, and this is my life experience.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody, if there was another me, like if I and another me was in a race, I'm kicking his ass. So
You're gonna beat yourself at a race.
right now, yeah, that's how I thought, brother. I like
Yeah.
nobody can tell me anything. According to the way my lot and everything that I've gotten in my life and what I've done with my life so far, man, if anybody else started with the exact same stuff, they would only be right behind me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If it was
Yeah.
another me. Until I had to realize, actually, I was very far from the truth, brother. Because if there was another me and he didn't have thinking errors, he would be running laps around that 25-year-old kid or person.
Yeah.
And it was eye-opening, brother, to see that, wait, my own mind is wrong?
Yeah.
I live here all day.
I use this thing daily, all the time. It's always talking to me.
Brother, can we make that like a pill to share with everyone? Is that possible? Since we got like BDE pills, can we make a meaty pills? Like
meaty like me?
yes, sir.
That'd be dope, man.
Can we figure out a way to let everyone know, like, hey, man, there's more to this thing, man,
Absolutely,
than just what you think. The scripture says it characterizes it as leaning on your own understanding. Everyone has an understanding that they own. It's theirs. But it's just your own understanding.
Right.
All right. So let's transition into the big topic, brother. Manosphere. This thing has become popularized now. Of course, for the last 5 years, it's nothing new to us, right? Manosphere. Right. What are some things that you can find in the Manosphere? MGTOW, right? Men going their own way. That's part of the Manosphere.
MGTOW, yeah. I would say MGTOW's probably the pioneers of the movement, like at least online.
Let me look at that.
Something like that.
Let me look at it just real quick.
Yeah. Men going their own way. While you think about that, that's what MGTOW is. The red pill is what they call it. Red pill. Like from the Matrix, blue pill, red pill.
Well, red pill is included with all of Manosphere.
That's true. Yeah, because they are kind of different, right? Red pill and MGTOW. Yeah.
Because you got alphas, and they have to take the red pill. You have MGTOWs, they have to take the red pill. Incels,
yeah,
they've also taken red pill, right? So, incel, you want to share what incel means?
Yes, sir. Incel.
This one's kind of funny.
This one is kind of funny. So it doesn't mean terrorist. So when I first heard that, I thought it meant terrorist, like incel. I don't know why. It just sounds like a terrorist. But it means involuntarily celibate.
Oh man,
that's what it means. That's what an incel means. It means they are celibate and they are not volunteering for celibacy. Now, this is not a eunuch. We're not talking about eunuchs, guys. Like people that was made a eunuch,
right?
Because what is a eunuch, brother? A guy that has no
genitalia. Also, it could be a voluntary
eunuch, right?
Right. Yeah, he could say, "Castrate me," voluntarily.
Voluntarily, yeah. Or someone could do it to him. He could be born that way, or someone could do it to him. We're not talking about he has genitalia. Incels typically have. They're not eunuchs. They're just celibate, and they don't want to be. And that's an incel.
But wait a minute, brother, because this can't exist. That's not you're lying. No one can be celibate involuntarily, right? Just imagine people on the outside of this whole thing. Like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about?
Well, I've always heard like there's always somebody for somebody, right? What is it? Is that the phrase? Everybody has somebody.
Yes, sir.
There's someone for everybody. That's what it is. There's someone for everybody.
Yeah.
But apparently it's not.
So let's see, what does that look like, brother? You're telling me that there's people walking around and they're like, hey, and oh, I met this nice girl. I think, I think I like her. I'm gonna take her out.
Yeah.
And he does try to take her out, but she doesn't respond. She stands him up.
Yeah, and I'm sure they get dates, brother. They go pay for dates. I'm sure they do.
Okay, how about it?
Celibate.
Okay, how about something like this? And so I'm online. I'm saying stuff like, she's like, well, tell me about yourself. And he's like, well, this is all this stuff that I like. It's some real cool stuff. It's I like to go online and I'm a collector and this stuff like that. It's nothing like too major. I don't take myself too seriously.
Yep. You're an incel. You might as well go be a priest.
What I like about what I look for in a woman is she's got to be like obviously hot, but like she's just like really into me, and she doesn't look at any other guys. It's just I don't know, just the regular stuff that I would suppose everybody likes.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit you up. I just forgot I got a thing with my mom.
Okay,
but I'll call you.
No. I think it's wrong. Okay, about so just to know when I can expect your call.
I'll call you. I don't do all that. I'll call you.
Mm-hmm.
See ya. It was nice seeing you.
Okay, maybe I was thinking maybe we can see each other.
Hello. Oh, hey mom, yeah, I'm on my way. That's how they do, right? They bounce. They get up out of there, man.
Brother, he's trying.
They get up out of there. They ain't trying to lock nothing in.
Brother, he was just trying to get to know her, man. She asked him about him.
She got everything she got everything she needed to know, man. Yeah.
So he's trying to get in there, but no one's letting him because no means no. She's not interested. All that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And a lot of it, I think, has to do with hypergamy. I'm sure hypergamy plays a big part in this.
Well, I don't know because I like to think of myself as pretty well educated.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Texas Instruments, and there's a lot of things that I know how to do, and I can pretty much solve any problem. So
yeah.
So either she's lying, which is it's possible, but I didn't want to accuse her, and then from my understanding, it's against the law to pay for sex. Yeah. So I'm just kind of at a quandary. I don't know what to do exactly.
Yeah. Do you have sisters?
Yeah, I have 2 sisters.
Okay. Why don't you go talk to them and see what you're doing wrong?
Ew.
See what they say.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
No, come on, man. No.
Okay. I was just. No. I was like, come on, man. I haven't thought about that in years.
Nah, just go talk to them, man.
I mean,
what? We gotta get you. We gotta get you. We gotta get you laid, man. We gotta get you laid, man. This is unacceptable, man. Unacceptable.
Well, it was a joke. You were just joking.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, don't talk to your sisters. Never mind. Listen, do you? If you got female friends, man, go talk to them.
I don't have any female friends, man. You mean the ladies that friend zone me but never talk to me anymore? I mean them when they say, "Oh, let's just be friends."
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
Yeah. When's the last time you have thought about like hitting the gym, getting in shape?
Well, if I do that, then it's gonna cut into my social life, and I'm trying to really have like a social life.
Just make it part of your social life. Let that be part of your social life. Let part of your social life be the gym. Get to know some people there.
I never. Well, I never thought about that. But my bench isn't like so. Like I don't know. There's all those guys there, man. I'm in no position to go over there, and I like to meet. I like to meet people online.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well,
I have a pull-up bar.
that's not going to help you. That isn't going to help you. Oh, I'm not laughing a lot and turning red. I don't know what's going on here. It keeps turning very bright red. Nah, pull-up bar is not going to help.
Got you.
Got to be able to do a pull-up for that to help.
So those are the incels, brother. Is that pretty clear why that person is involuntarily celibate?
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. Yeah, I've seen a couple of these guys talk, and I get it, man. Some of them are like you said, they've taken the red pill, brother. They're very aware as to why they're in this category, man.
But they're victims, right?
They've accepted it. Yeah, they're victims, and
they say that women, because they're hypergamous, they don't see regular decent men as candidates.
Yeah.
That's kind of where they fall in, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, and then there's the alphas, brother. You want to take that a little bit? Who are those guys?
So these are the Chads.
Alpha male.
These are the Chads. These are the guys that subscribe to the alpha male idea. They've heard it briefly, and then they said, "That's me."
Okay.
If you don't mind, real quick. So the alpha male comes from a study that was done a long time ago about wolves. And there's like one male in the wolf pack that leads the pack.
Yep.
I think it was found out later that wolves actually don't do that. Yeah, that wasn't the case. But in the event, early on, the guy wrote a book about it very quickly, and it was about the alpha male, the leader of the pack. And so that just, like men do, we compare ourselves to animals. That's what we do. And that's it. Somebody heard that and said, yeah, I'll do that. I'll be the alpha male. I'll be the leader of this pack. And that means the guy that's the best at everything, that's not afraid of anything. That's the Chad. He doesn't give a damn. He's the top dog. Everybody wants him. Everybody wants to be like him. His ideas make the most sense. That is the alpha male. It becomes like an identity.
Okay.
Alpha. Yeah. That's the rooster in the yard. You know what I mean?
I got you.
That's the one. He's the one.
He's the easiest to describe, right?
Yeah. That's
because they stand out. So people have seen that kind of guy before. Okay.
Yeah, and if they'll usually call themselves alpha male pretty quickly. So the alpha male will say, "I'm alpha male," pretty quick.
Okay. There's a couple other guys because of the alphas that you'll hear about the sigma males, and then also of course, we've all heard beta. Male.
Yeah. I've heard one man in my life tell me that he was a beta male.
He did say it.
He did. Yep. And he said it while talking about a guy that his wife had left him for. Yep.
Oh man, sorry, brother. Dearly departed. My condolences, brother.
What do you mean? Yeah, she departed him for the other guy.
Yeah, no, I know you, but I don't think that we should be playing around with somebody like that committed suicide, brother. It's not
Oh no, yeah, no, he's not.
Excuse me.
No one, as far as I know, no one's committed suicide.
But you said he was a beta male, and he admitted that somebody took his wife that was not a beta.
Yeah, his wife left him and went for this other guy, and the other guy was like real Chad, and he was like, "You're not gonna tell me what to do," and he was like telling me about it, and he was like, "I'm a beta man. I'm not. I just wanted her to be happy. Whatever makes her happy, it's fine with me."
Damn, but that's classic beta, brother.
That's classic beta, brother, and that's what he called himself. Yeah, second in line, man. That's
so
beta.
He actually
second letter.
So he opened the red pill and tasted it, and he closed it back.
Yeah, he said it was gross. He didn't like it.
That's how he knows
it's blue pill. He chose the blue pill.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you do hear about red pill, blue pill. What's that stuff?
That comes.
Gang banging or what? What the heck is that?
Nah. This is from the '90s. Gangbanger was around, but it's from the Matrix when
Okay.
Neo was confronted by Morpheus. Phenomenal movie, by the way. I'm sure everyone's seen it. If you haven't, go watch it. Yeah, Morpheus offered Neo two options. You can continue on, and I want to point out something here in this, but you can continue on as you've been, or I can introduce you to a world that you don't understand, that's behind the scenes, the real truth, the real world. And basically Neo was like a programmer, and he was just living a normal life, and so like the rest of us. And so Morpheus told him to take a blue pill as the continue on like nothing's happened, or take the red pill and learn the truth. And in the truth, so far there was like some unexplainable things going on, right? So it's like we can get to the bottom of what's really going on in the world, or you can continue being deceived.
Gotcha.
And so the red pill, Neo takes the red pill and finds out that the world he knows is a lie. All of it. The whole thing is a lie. And there's a real ugly, horrible truth. And the only way to actually deal with the real world is to open your eyes to it. And so that's the red pill. Is that reality is ugly and there's a truth that is hard to deal with, but that's the only way you can actually deal with it. There's a war going on in the Matrix between machines and man. The only way to actually fight the war is to do it in the real world.
Gotcha. And you got to be red pilled for that.
You got to be red pilled for that. And so, interestingly, this is the thing I want to point out. The blue pill is interesting because everyone is already by default blue pilled in the storyline.
That's how you start.
Right. That's how you start. You start not knowing anything. You start knowing whatever's been fed to you. And so if you decide to take the blue pill, you just continue on. You forget that little brief chance that you had to escape, and you just go on about your day. And so for a man to consider himself to be beta, he's always been beta, and he's always been this way. And he just decided to accept it. So he would have chosen the blue. So the red pill is like to wake up and see the truth. And
okay.
That's kind of, I guess, the birth of these type of talks with men online, is exposing men to the truth, the numbers of marriage and divorce and all this stuff.
Okay. It's been quite interesting, this whole Manosphere thing. The godfather of the Manosphere was the picture that y'all saw, Kevin Samuels. He wasn't the pioneer, not saying that, but he took the talk. He took a lot of these talks and he took it very, very public. Yeah. But there's other names. There's other names that have been doing this for a good amount of time. That to us was just as prominent as Kevin Samuels, because we've been seeing them. But they didn't have an imprint in society. They didn't have an imprint in modern lifestyle.
Right. Yeah.
And Kevin Samuels broke the mold and kind of was able to, he crossed over, was able to get into households of people who weren't used to it. And it became a stir, an uproar.
Yeah, I think him talking to women about it, I think, is what he did pioneer. Yes. Because prior to him, I know there were guys talking about the same stuff with other guys on guy channels. Right. But I think him bringing women on was a big deal, man, because that wasn't, I don't know who did that before him.
Yeah, of course, that's why it blew up, because he wasn't doing that at first, and he wasn't blown up. And then he started doing it, and he blew up.
Yeah.
All right, so let's discuss. I wanted to have, some back and forth. I wanted to talk to some people, but no worries. So let's go to the offense part.
Okay.
What's so offensive about this stuff?
Oh man, it's a few things, brother. You want me to just start with one?
Yeah, just go ahead and give me one.
Okay. So what's so offensive about this is that it messes up the way things are for the women that are involved.
It's disruptive.
It's disruptive for what women are building. Women that are offended by this, that's what it's doing to them, is It's exposing what they've done. They've manipulated their way into this relationship, this marriage, and they have it the way they want it. And then the guy sees Kevin Samuel talking all this trash, and it's offensive, brother. It's disrupted the entire program.
Okay. Okay, let me ask this, brother. If I said something like men and women should not be paid equally, if I said that, if I came out and said men and women shouldn't be paid equally,
Right.
At the onset of that, do you think that might offend, I don't know, someone?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. At least half the people that heard it would be offended.
Okay, sounds about right. That's fair. What if I then said, "Oh, actually, let me try that again," and I asked a question: What's the most important unit in a community? It's the most important unit in a community.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think the answer would be for the most part if this is Family Feud? 100
Oh
people
yeah,
back.
mothers, man, mothers. Yeah,
That's the most important. That would be the most important unit. A mother.
is that what you mean? Like position in a community?
No,
Like,
I mean a unit, a structure in a community. What's the most important?
oh, I don't know. I don't know what they would say.
What would you say? You're being asked. In a community here you have this, you have people who are all living around the same area.
Mm-hmm.
What is the most important structure of that community?
The family
Family.
structure.
The
Family.
family structure. Also, if I ask 100 people, most of them would say the family.
Yeah.
You don't think that's offensive, right? You think anybody would have a problem with that answer?
No, I don't think so. Even those without family, I don't think would have a problem with it. They'd probably still understand it.
Okay. But okay, so then if I went back and said, well, the one thing that would suffer the most from men and women making the same amount of money for doing the same job is family. That's what it would hurt the most. Nothing else. Nothing else closely. Nothing would be affected even remotely as close as much as the family structure. And then I said it again. Now, women and men for the same job shouldn't get paid the same. You think that the offense would change? The number of offended people would change?
Yeah.
You think so? How much? By what percentage? Maybe just thinking about regular society.
I'd say, and this is going off of statistical analysis that I understand. I would say 98.6 sounds about right. 98.6.
That's if I was able to explain it, right? Because some people are like, I don't see how that correlates, And I would explain, well, obviously, if the woman's making more than the man, she doesn't need the man, nor will she desire that man. She's gonna start reaching in a different direction, and now her children are left without a covering. And now we no longer have fathers, we don't have husbands, you don't have families.
Yeah,
pretty much is the
right.
thing. Whereas when the man is making a certain amount, he's making that for the woman. So the woman is a partaker of that wage, that salary.
Yeah.
Right. There's a huge portion of that's taking care of her, is taking care of the children, taking care of the house, and he also can sustain himself.
Right.
It's obviously a difference when when the woman is making that money. Either she's making it all for herself, right? If you ever seen relationships where the man's like, "Oh no, I got it. Don't worry about it. You just, we'll save, or you can just put that money. You can do whatever you want with that money." So either she's making that 140,000 that he's making, she's making that, and she has two responsibilities. I think her cell phone.
No, she wouldn't pay the cell phone bill. She's paying like the water bill, maybe.
Water bill and gym memberships.
There you go. Gym memberships.
and she wanted to train her or whatever. So
Yeah.
and she's making 140 grand.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the other guy, Bill,
Mm-hmm.
he's making slightly more. I think he's been there longer. He's at 145 right now. Okay. He has a wife of 16 years. He has
Mm-hmm.
2 children. One of them is about to go to college.
Nice. Nice.
The younger one is at driving age, so she has to get a car.
Mm-hmm.
He's making $145,000.
He's got a lot on his plate, man. It's a lot.
Brother, is that it? Come on now.
Yeah. No,
If
that's yeah.
you do that and you say, okay, society, if it continues like this, more women are gonna say, no, I just want to work. I don't really need you. I'm gonna go work because I heard they're paying women the same amount they're paying men, and I want to make $145,000.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure, brother. For sure. I've seen women talk about this openly too. Like in case you get divorced,
Mm-hmm.
you need to be putting money up for that. And
Yeah.
I've heard guys say it before too, like put money aside in case you get divorced.
Right.
But that's not as reasonable for guys because we got a lot of bills to pay and
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It
So
works against you because whatever you got saved, you're gonna end up losing half of it off the rip.
right.
So
The woman for the most part, not all, the woman for the most part. Savannah, how you doing? A pleasant surprise. I'm so glad you're here. The topic we're discussing is the Manosphere and these podcasts. Like, what are they? Is it intended to offend over and over and over again, or is there something else? And brother, this young lady,
mhm.
she's had a post that's interesting. It actually kind of goes in with this.
Okay.
I don't know word for word, Savannah. I don't know how much of it you want to share, but but why, for the most part, why is it that men just keep talking about women, brother? Just keep talking over and over again. Just keep saying
Mhm.
stuff about women. Why? Why y'all doing that? It's a good question. Right.
It is, yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
I don't know, Savannah. Would you type part of what that post was? I didn't take any offense to it. Obviously, I'm not, but I did see it.
Yeah. That's a good
So
question too. Yeah,
it
because
is a good question. It's
guys
a good
keep
question.
talking about it. Yeah.
There is some, let me say, quite a number of men who feel very attacked, and they're like, yes, I have an opportunity to bully women. I'll type it. It's mostly it's not just a podcast, brother. It's people on social media
Mhm.
typing. That's why women just, and they'll say stuff that they speak up, that they thought up. I'll screenshot it and post it. All right, bet. Appreciate it. So let's look at the word offend just real quick,
Okay.
because I've offended a lot of people, brother.
Yeah, yeah. I offended somebody earlier today.
Today,
Yeah.
I've offended a lot of people. And the way that I respond to when I find out people are offended may seem like I did it on purpose. You're just a scumbag, and that's all you care about is offending people.
Yeah.
They may that may come across as you just want to offend people. But no, I actually care about people very much, brother. I do. I care about them very much. What I don't particularly care about is what needs to be done, and then someone feeling a certain way about things that need to be done.
Word. Yeah.
And there's not a
Yeah.
whole lot I can do about that, Jeff. It's just this stuff needs to be done.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. You can't screenshot. Okay, so how do some of you men consider yourselves actual men or straight men at that? Every topic y'all come up with is on a woman. What we do, don't do, what we wear, why we wear it, how we think, etc. Y'all want to be Kevin Samuel's replacement so bad. If you aren't
Yeah.
interested in a certain type of woman, why put so much energy into talking about it? Ugh. Weird energy. So that's not BDE. She's saying
That's a weird energy. I've seen this actually. Guys that are like, I've seen guys that you could tell their whole vibe is like, now that Kevin Samuels is gone, here we are. And
that's up. We're up now.
We're up. It's our time. And bro, I've seen that, and I kind of be like, man, that is so weird, bro. Like he did that because that was his stilo, man. That was his style, bro. That's what he did. You know what I'm saying?
They're women bashers.
Yeah, I've seen those too. I've seen guys that are women bashers.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's like, brother, if I was a Celtics fan or I'm a Golden State Warrior fan, right? I'm a Golden State Warrior fan. And if I saw a Celtics fan on the other side of the bar, or I could see a Celtics player, I'm like, yeah, that's why you suck, brother.
Yeah.
I can't beat. I cannot beat anybody on that team.
Yeah, brother. Yeah.
But I'm a fan of the Golden State Warriors, and that's what you kind of seen with these guys. They're fans of whether it's Kevin Samuels or AMS or Jordan Peterson or just they're fans of these people, so they take little bites or little clips and say, yeah, see, and that's what you would do with like a LeBron James and
word, yeah. I've seen guys do it. They cop out. Like I saw one guy who the dude was like, bro, you're talking to her like this, but you couldn't pull that chick.
You couldn't get her.
And his response is such a cop out, brother. I wouldn't want to be pull some chick like that. It's like, come on, bro, stop it. Like she's fine, bro. Like she's super fine. She got it going on. If you didn't know anything, you'd want to pull her. Don't act like you wouldn't be attracted to her.
Right.
But they try to act like I wouldn't want to pull her. She's trash. And it's like, bro, just say you don't have game, man. Just say that.
Yeah. Because if she did rub his thigh, he didn't.
Brother. Right? If she did the things that he considered to be quality women, he would be married to her in a week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, come on, bro, stop it.
It's okay to communicate your issue without putting someone down.
Word.
That's BDE. All right. Hello, guys. What's up, Bonnie?
Bonnie, what's up?
How you doing? Man, I'm glad y'all in here today.
Word.
All right. So the word offend means to strike.
Yeah.
That's what it means. It means to strike. What we talking about, Bonnie? We talking about how some things can be considered as offensive. I hope I'm not saying three different ways. Yeah, as I communicate this, help me out if I'm trying to say streamline.
Yeah, if I help you, I'll just say it a fourth way, bro. We're talking about the Manosphere and why some things are expensive. Offensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess we're kind of talking about the difference between something being offensive and someone trying to offend. Maybe that's
the stage we're at right now, right? So
that's where we're at now, yeah.
So I've offended quite a few people, brother. I have, man. You know what I'm saying? But I that's not what I look to do. If I show up at a place and I believe in myself more than other people believe in me, that's gonna offend some people, brother. It just is. It just says what it is.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, for sure, man.
If I'm more serious about a thing than other people are, they'll be offended by it. That's just how it is.
That's the way it is.
Hey, so every time I talk to someone, everything I say, a lot of people take it offensive. Yeah. I can imagine that, Bonnie, knowing you.
Yeah.
But Bonnie's never offended me, actually. She's never, not one time.
Yep. I've only known Bonnie to be here, and I've never been offended by Bonnie. I actually enjoy when she comes on and gets involved. So
yeah.
I will say this, man. That's part of why people are afraid to say no. It's because they're afraid to be offensive.
They don't want to offend. I got you.
And that's so. I remember when I was a young man, I was a teenager. I bought a ring from the mall, from the center section of the mall. I bought a ring from that section, and I overpaid for it. And I did not go there intending to buy a ring. I went there to buy some tennis shoes. The only reason I bought the ring was because I was afraid to tell the guy no, man. I didn't want to be offensive.
I got you.
I was like 15. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know any better. But I wasted my money. I bought a stupid thing. And it's good to not care about being offensive. That way you can go ahead and say no and, have a decent life, man. Don't care so much about it.
Yeah, it's all good, man. I've never been shot because I offended someone. And I know that that's a possibility, brother. I know that.
Yeah.
No, it's coming in, brother. That's sunlight.
Yeah, that's sunlight. That's why my lighting's all jacked. It's usually dark when we do this, guys.
Right.
So
all right, but I'll tell you what I do intend, and what this podcast intends, and what maybe even some other people intend when some of the things come across as offensive is to open.
Yeah.
When I say stuff, I've been told a lot, but for me, IDGAF. I don't give a fuck. That's just me.
Word.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that, Ronnie. That's something I can accept. So the things that we do, we do this to try to open. We have open communications. We want people to be open-minded. It's better to be open-minded because you can grow, you know. The word open, so we know that the word offend means to strike. The word open means up, is actually what it means, Jeff.
That's cool, man.
That's what it means, brother.
Open,
Up.
up and. I can see that. Yeah.
That's what it means. It means up. So if you're looking to go up in life, you got to open yourself, man. You just do. Got to be open to criticism. I'm very open to criticism. I love it, brother. I love some of my favorite things that I love that are considered negative. Rejection, I love it. This guy loves rejection, brother. Feed off it, but I don't know, brother. It turns me into a different person.
Yeah.
I think no is only offensive to someone who hasn't learned healthy boundaries. That's good. Yeah, because I'm never offended by no. I love no's. I love it, brother.
Yeah.
It might be an obsession at this point. I'm serious, brother. Somebody tells me no, I'm after it, man.
Man, my no's make my job so much easier, brother. If somebody were to just tell me no, I'd be so happy to hear it, man. I just keep moving, man.
Right. That's right. That's right. But if I talk offended you and you don't get mad, hey, we connecting because that person may have the same attitude as me.
A word.
Hey.
Yeah.
She's laughing. Exactly, Sola. She's always been like this, brother. I haven't seen her physically in probably 20 years. I ain't seen Bonnie, man. She hasn't changed at all. It's been the same.
Word. That's what's up.
Bonnie. I love the word no. I also love criticism, brother. I love it, man. I love. Let me tell you why. First, let me tell you why I love the word no. I love rejection. It's because either somebody sees something that I can't see,
word, yeah,
or they can't see what I see. You see how that goes, right? That you don't know what I got, so you're rejecting me. Cool. Or I don't know what you're seeing, and I need to fix. I need something. I need to fix. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you wouldn't have rejected me if we saw the same things. We wouldn't be getting rejected.
Word, yeah.
So you like the word no, huh? That's crazy. I love it, man. I love that word because it gives me something to do. Hello, Sola and Jeff. What's up, Craig?
Craig, what's up, brother?
Big respect as always, man.
Yeah.
Been meaning to reach out to you, please, brother.
Please, we're not lying, brother. We're not lying to you.
Not lying to you. We gonna hook up, man, for real.
Yeah, for real, man. Soon too.
I don't like the word criticism. I'm okay with critiquing. Okay, critiquing and criticism. What's the difference? Jeff, would you mind, brother, looking that up? Let's see what's the difference between.
Yeah, I think I could tell you offhand, but we'll look it up.
And she said the word criticism. She's not saying the actual thing because they sound the same.
I'll read the definition of criticism here. The expression of disapproval of someone or something based on perceived faults or mistakes. The second one is the analysis and judgment of the merits and faults of a literary work or artistic work. So I guess it has a very negative connotation.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I love the word no. No. Jeff, didn't you tell somebody no?
I did. They sent me a long email of, we need this and this, and I just said N-O. No. Send.
No.
No.
It's the same, but how you give it. Right. I got you. Critiquing opens it up for me to improve. Yeah, you know what? You know what, brother? I've never criticized somebody, man. It's just not my thing. If we're separating the two,
yeah.
criticism would be more like hating, right? Like you just hating on me, man.
Yeah, because the critique is more like an analysis, brother. Like, let's look
Okay,
at what you've done and let's break it down and sort this through. Let's sort through this and see
got
let's
you.
see how well you did. And then you critique and you can find out where you need to get better at. You can still fix the problem with a critique
Got you,
or
got you.
make the thing better, whatever it is. But a criticism is like a critic.
I got you.
That's a critic.
You're living for this. You live for this. This is what you want to do.
Yeah. And then look at like critical thinking. When do you apply critical thinking? When all is well? Is
No,
that
when
when
all
you
is wrong.
when all is bad? So it's more like focusing on
The bad.
the bad, the negative.
I like that, brother.
Yeah.
I like that.
So I can actually agree with this. I
No,
think that's a good point. Yeah.
she's not lying. I've known her for over 2 years now. She's not lying about that.
I like that. Yeah.
She's actually more about critique than she is critiquing than she is criticism. She'll shut down behind some
Right.
critique and opens it up for me to improve. Yeah. That's true. Do you like to use the word no as much as you like to be told no? Good question. No, actually, no. I don't like to use the word no as much as I like to hear the word no. Maybe I should, brother. I don't. You know what? If people had, if people, should I stop telling my business. If people had a healthy way of looking at the word no, I'd use it all day. I would use it all day.
Yeah.
Because I would like to be rejected all day. You know what rejection is? It's just resistance. And how do you get stronger? When you go to the gym, how do you get stronger? By yeses?
Nah, bro.
By
No way.
affirmatives? Nah, you need some resistance, man.
Nah, I've been going to the gym a lot, brother, lately. And when I get up under the weight and I do this and I push it up
Yep.
and I go, oh man, all right, bet. Right. I don't say, all right, that's my workout weight. Nah, brother. I pushed it up and I was like, all right,
You need some more rejection, right?
yeah, let me warm up with this
Right.
yes. Let me get the yes to warm up with. And then let's put some rejection on here, man.
That's right.
We slap 45 rejections on each side and
That's right.
and fight through that no, brother.
Absolutely.
Everything in my mind and body screams no, but we push through. Say yes.
There you go.
Yep.
It's like healthy feedback. She's talking about the critiquing, right?
Yeah. That's a good separation of the two. I like that.
She says exactly when you were hitting it on the nail on the head. All right, let's test it. Can you buy me a new bag? This is easy, Rachel. You this is very easy. I really want you to work on yourself. You understand? You understand this to be true. I really want you to really focus on building. Look.
No.
No. So I'm going to have to, at this time, just for now, say no. And I want you to look into that, like really dissect that no, and let's figure out how we can turn it into a yes.
You got to throw a circle back in there, brother, please.
Yeah, we'll circle back.
There you go.
And revisit.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah,
beautiful.
There's the no on the new bag. What's up, Kadeen? Let me tell you about Kadeen. So glad you came, Kadeen. Every time someone comes in for the first time, I always have to introduce everyone to the people. Usually, it's people that I know. Well, it's always someone I know. If I've missed anyone from doing this, please let me know. But I don't think I have. So this lady, brother, KD, she's responsible. Well, she's very, very. She had a huge part in the relationship that I have with Ray Torrey, brother. Very
word. Okay, that's a big deal, man.
No, I'm serious, brother.
That's a big deal.
Not even just a little bit. Ray Torrey and I have been together for what?
72 years.
Yeah, about that. Well, Kadeen was there, brother. She was at the very beginning of it.
Word, man.
She wanted to see this come together, man. And
that's dope. That's legendary. That's legendary right there. That's legendary status, man.
And not only that, that's not the only thing I know her for, Jeff. All right, she's she's a very good friend, man, and she's a blessing to our family over and over and over.
That's cool, man.
And yeah, she's a blessing. Her children um are movie stars in real, like in movies, brother, Hollywood movies.
Word.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's cool.
All these people,
Very
like
cool.
I'm always telling Jeff about the people that I know, and it
I just
Jeff's
let
like,
him. I just let him tell me, guys. Whatever. I'll
because
just be like, "Oh yeah, oh that's cool. No, that's
I
cool."
know I know a lot of people on TV. I know a lot of
Yeah.
professional, athletes or whatever. He's like,
Oh.
okay, all right. So I'm telling him about some Hollywood actors and actresses.
Yeah, I told him one time about one of my favorite YouTubers at the time, and he was like, "Oh, I went to high school with him," and I was like, "What? Wait, what?" I'm watching this guy like every day. Lee, that's cool,
Yeah,
man.
love you
That's
too,
cool.
Katie. All right, so okay, brother. So if women, according to Savannah, she's a woman,
Hmm.
if they can deal with critique and not criticism, she says that she's open up. She's open to that, brother. You know what I'm saying? So maybe
Yeah,
what we're
yeah,
doing is right. It's just right in the right, like, you know what I'm saying. We're just easing it
yeah,
in.
yeah,
Brother, you got to ease it in sometimes.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Sometimes you
You
gotta,
take your time, man. Slow it down a little bit. Yeah, don't be in such a rush.
right. There's some things you probably should stimulate first, and
For
then
sure. Yeah, yeah,
and then it's the approach. It's the approach.
yeah.
Amen, Jeff.
Yeah.
so so then if maybe I need to talk to the fellas then, brother. Maybe I need to tell them, hey, uh, cool your jets. Cool your jets. Now I will say, ease it in.
Yeah.
I will say that from the men's perspective, you know what they'll say, Jeff. You could probably attest to this. What they would say, not what you would say, but they would say, "Nah, screw
Right.
that, man. The lives that we've had to live, no one eased it in on us, right? We've been having to eat shat. We've
Hmm.
been having to, for years, and now we finally got a voice, man. I'm gonna say what I gotta say." And so a lot of people, I've actually seen some women say, you need to just go ahead and get therapy, or who hurt you, right? There's
Yeah, 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 yeah.
this kind of thing. But he is hurt.
No, for sure. Yeah. I mean, brother, there's certain levels of it that I understand.
Yeah.
Right. Like if a guy that I know has just recently divorced and his ex-wife is like running him through the mud, right? And then he says something like that. He says, "Nah, man, F this, man. I'm sick of it." I would understand.
Got you.
He's coming from a place of hurt, and I would know that. And maybe nobody else knows, but for sure, a lot of these guys are hurt, brother. They are
Yeah,
hurt.
they are hurt.
They didn't realize that money was going to take this much hard work to get. The first time I looked at buying a house, brother, I didn't know how much it was going to cost.
Yeah.
And when I realized, I was like, "Oh, wow, I'm not as good as I thought I was."
Yeah.
Turns
Yeah.
out I'm closer to poverty than I previously believed. That's just the way it is, brother. And so a lot of these guys are coming from a place of hurt, brother.
Yeah.
But so you'll hear stuff like that, or you know what I mean, you'll hear this one too. Nah, they want equality.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Nah, they want equality. We're all the same now, right? So nah,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
the shenanigans, brother.
So maybe they can take some critique in there, right? You think so? Some of these
Yeah,
guys?
yeah. Maybe a little criticism, maybe. I don't
Yeah.
know.
When I was growing up, I talked to men. I talked to men really direct.
Hmm.
Men. Because if a man decides to take what I say and turn it into an emotional response,
Hmm.
then I have to keep going. I'm not supposed to back off of that.
Right. No.
I have to keep going because I got to squeeze. You got to squeeze the emotion out of this, sir. You got to squeeze that out. Let's get that out of the way. I'm not
Right.
going to say, oh, okay, I probably shouldn't have said that. I'm not going to do that. I don't think I've ever said to any man, oh, man, I probably shouldn't have said that. I've never done that, ever.
Yeah.
Because for one, I think through what I'm going to say. I don't respond to somebody emotionally and then have to draw it back and say, oh, man, I don't say, yeah, well, that's why your wife left you, bro. I'm not
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not going to do that because that was me coming out with my emotion.
Right.
And so because I don't speak to men with emotion, I don't expect them to respond emotionally. And if they do, I won't let up at all. Let's stay right here. Let's stay right here. We got to talk about this. And so criticism, let's just say you said you want the word criticism. It's important. I remember being yelled at by a drill instructor. When I would talk, he would say something, he's yelling at me. And when I would talk back to him, he'd say, "What? Don't whisper sweet nothings into my ear. Snap that shit out."
Yeah.
That's what he would tell me, brother.
Yeah.
Speak. I don't want to hear you. Well, sir, yes, sir. He said, "Snap that shit out." I said I was dealt with very harshly when I had growing up in sports. Those coaches don't say please. They're on you, man. You know.
Yeah, you got to get it done.
Right.
Get it done, man.
So manliness deals with that. That's how I talk to men. I don't let man. I'm pretty direct with men. Savannah says that's not the one. Saying we want equality shouldn't negate men from being a leader.
That's a good point.
That's interesting, brother, because
that is interesting.
I haven't heard it ever said like that, brother. Ever.
I don't know that I have, brother, and that actually might work, man, in some way. I don't know about every way, but in some way, I think that would actually work, or that does work.
Man, don't be surprised if we trademark that.
Appreciate you. Let me you take a picture of it. All right.
Or believing that means we don't want to be women. It just means we're capable.
Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah, I can understand that.
I got to take a little time with that, brother. I haven't heard that before.
Yeah. I'm sorting through it now, and I have a lot I want to say as I think about it. But I can see how it makes sense in many ways, and I think a lot of people are misunderstanding both sides of this, right? And I think there's a lot of emotions on both sides, and so what you end up with is, all this hyperbolic stuff and conflation, and you know what I mean? And you get the people at the extremes are usually the one that get everybody's attention. And so the women at the extreme side of what the women are arguing for, and the men at the extreme side both sound utterly ridiculous. And they're coming from nonsense. And that's what people are paying attention to. And then someone like Kevin Samuels, I don't think he was at the extreme side of the Manosphere. I think he was I think he was in a reasonable space.
It would seem that he was on the extreme side because of the his audience.
Yeah,
we're not used to that. None of
right.
us. Not the women aren't used to it. The men aren't used to it.
Yeah.
Savannah says he was extreme. Savannah.
Yeah, I think he got out there after his explosion. I think he purposely kind of went hard in some ways for entertainment value. I did see a little bit of it.
Yeah, of course. He's a great marketer.
For sure. But overall, the way he dealt with men, I thought was very appropriate. Very appropriate. The way he dealt with many of the women that I saw, I think it was also very appropriate.
And extremely taking D at night. She keeps saying that he was gay.
Man.
He was gay.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is one thing Savannah and I we haven't been able to come to the same conclusion, right? Sam, taking D at night, not during the day. Huh?
Not during the day. No, it's a nighttime thing. It's like Batman, but with dick. It's horrible. My bad, guys. With D.
So I get it. Let's look at Kevin Samuels now. to begin, obviously, if I agreed with everything Kevin Samuels was doing, then I would be doing the same way. I'd be doing the
Right.
same thing, right?
Right.
Obviously, when you are comfortable, you don't speak on others in a negative way. Yeah. So one of the things that I told Savannah is she got to spend more time with the material for real, before
Word.
you
Yeah.
can. Because what would happen, and I'll go ahead and give that. I'll just give a rundown. I spent hours, hours listening to Kevin Samuels' broadcast, and it wasn't because I was looking for a way to tell women, see.
Right.
Um, let's see. Again, you can give a critique without belittling someone. Got you. I'll never agree with that. With an exclamation mark. I'll never agree with that.
Yeah.
That's the. I think she's saying agreeing with this.
Oh,
She'll
with
never agree
belittling
with it.
people. Yeah.
All right. So what he would do, he would come on and he would talk every night. He would come on, he would talk for a while. He would have a topic and they'll talk about it. And that was the portion of edification, educating. It would even kind of be like a sermon. He would talk about some really serious stuff. He would bring um data, he would just talk for a little while.
Right.
But I'm listening because I respect you. LOL. I appreciate that. And so he would talk for a little while, and then he would open up the phone lines and ask for women because he was done dealing with men. He used to deal with men for like 3 years. I was one of the men that he would deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Right. This is
Yep.
before he became famous. He would tell us stuff like wear suits on Saturdays. He would tell men he'd actually tell men how to be hygienic. Like, brother, he would tell men go and go do this stuff so you can be more hygienic. Stuff that we wouldn't have ever thought of, brother. You know what I'm saying? He taught men how to
Yeah.
take a
Yeah.
shower, brother. He taught men how to
Yeah.
take a shower, how to take a bath, brother.
Yeah. He put guys onto what people do at the higher levels,
Yes.
to modern fashion and all this. He taught everybody how to be involved in that. Brother, I didn't know that there were certain scents in male cologne or in cologne that you wear during the day versus what you wear at night. I didn't know that, brother.
How
I had
would
no
you know?
idea.
You need somebody to tell you, right?
My father showered and sprayed body spray on himself and went out every day. I had no idea that there
Right.
was scents for the day, scents for the night. Yeah, but
Your father did that because his father didn't tell him.
yeah.
You see? So that's how it was. So one of my most cherished videos of Kevin Samuels, this is before he became famous, was things your father should have taught you.
Yep.
And it was almost like 2 hours. It's just I'm talking about from the kind of underwear you should be wearing. You know what I'm saying? So he would start off with his topic. He would say it, and then he would open up for women to call in.
Mm-hmm.
And so when the women would call him, he would say to them specifically, "What is your response to the topic?" And a lot of times, not all the time. So why not give the same insight to women opposed to saying you have 2 kids and aren't worth a nickel? LOL. All right, good. Matter of fact, let me fast forward to that because that's one of the things that they would look at. Kevin Samuels, why are you doing this? Why are you saying these kind of things?
Yeah.
So what would happen? And I told you many times, Savannah, that he wasn't talking to you, but the clips are the clips, right? You heard it. He said it. This is true. He did say it, and you did hear it. But what he was saying when this would come up is a woman will tell him and tell herself, right now, the way I am today, I should be able to have a man that makes, I don't know, let's say a man that makes $400,000. Because he would ask her, okay, what kind of lifestyle do you want to live? And she would tell him, I want to be able to be married. Okay, how old are you? How much do you weigh? So on and so forth. And then they would say, I want to be able to be married. This is the kind of man. Do you want to travel? Yes. Do you want to have to be able to work? No. How many kids do you want? As many kids as he wants. So if he wants 4 kids, do you want 4 kids? Yes. Okay. How many kids do you have now? Let's use this lady. She has the lady that you're talking about, Savannah. She has 2 kids. Okay, so you have 2 kids and you're willing to have 2 more kids. Yes. All right. So the type of man that you're looking for, how much money does he have to make? And she would say, "Oh, I don't know, not too much into money. I guess 6 figures." Okay, where do you live? It's funny, right? Because
It's funny, yeah.
Okay, so he would say, "So where do you live, or where do you want to live?" She'll say, "In California." 6 figures is not going to cut it in California. What
No.
you're talking about is not going to cut it. So that means, do you want to be able to travel? Yes. Do you want to have to work? No. Okay. So if you want to live in California and have a man that you can travel with and you don't have to work, he's going to be having to be making between $600,000 and $700,000 a year. Okay. So she obviously doesn't too much have a problem with that. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't think about that. So then he says, "All right, I deal with men," because he's a consultant. This is what he deals with men that make this kind of money and make obviously millions of dollars and stuff like that. So he would say, "Okay, so what do you think would attract where you're at right now? What do you think would attract that man? Where you at right now? What are you bringing that would attract that man?" And then she would say, "My personality, this and this and that." And he would tell the women, "No, that won't work." And if once they pushed, they would continue to push. He would start to tell them, he would start telling them, "Here's this, here's that, here's this, here's that." Instead, why don't you look for a man that you're more compatible with?
Yeah.
Why not look for the hardworking man that's a millwright? And so when I tell you, Miss Stevens, that he wasn't talking to you, and many women who heard the clips, was that your idea of the type of man, there are clown ass women. Real women understand that. But where I am today isn't where I plan to be in the future. Why not teach nurturing and how to pour into each other equally? Yes, I saw the clips, and so did the level of clown ass men who take that information and use it in a negative way. Many men use it in a negative way.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, Savannah, he had groups, singles groups, and he was a preacher. He was a minister, and they would do Bible studies, and he would bring women who heard what he was saying and wanted to improve. He would bring them along with men, and people were getting married behind Kevin Samuels, very much. So that's, if you're wondering, like, how can a seemingly decent guy, which talking about me, Jeff, right?
Mm-hmm.
How can a seemingly decent guy have anything positive to say about Kevin Samuels, who's this monster?
Yeah.
Well, it's because I knew what most people didn't know about the dude. I did. Is there a more effective way? I don't know. We have 2 people watching, Jeff. So there's only 2 people watching.
Yeah.
So is this more effective? Maybe, because it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
Because I love you, LOL. Hun. See that, Jeff?
It's
Right.
cool, man. Yeah.
Right. Him. Oh, okay. Oh, him. Not
That's
so
so much.
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought she was trying to accuse me of the late night D.
Oh no.
I'm about to say, all right, let's go ahead and wrap this up.
That's
I
enough.
need to take care of.
Yeah.
So it's delivery. I get it. No, I know. It was. I pretty much I know that's what it was. A delivery. It made definitely not LOA. Ooh.
Yo.
All right, so then we need let's get some more people involved in this thing, because I know what people want, Jeff. I'll tell you right
Yeah.
now. I know exactly what people want. Men and women. You want me to tell you what it is?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
All right, it's to be happy, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
People want to be happy, Jeff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I agree with that, brother.
And how can you blame somebody for wanting to be happy, brother? Everybody doesn't understand how to get there and all that, but how can you blame all these people, men, women, kids, the elderly?
Mm-hmm.
Need a live panel, she says. In person. I agree. Are you volunteering, Savannah? Because I can bring you on. Who else can we bring on, brother? Somebody open-minded people, Jeff. All right.
Yeah, yeah. Are you turning like in person, like a table where we all sit at and talk?
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah.
that would be dope. That would be really dope. It's actually something that's coming for the future. We just we got to get this stuff out. So
You think that'd be
yeah,
effective though?
I do. Yeah, there's a couple channels that I've seen that do stuff like that, right? And I want to say this, brother. I know that
She's a
there's a lot of
I'm sorry, she's a marketing genius herself, brother.
she
That is
is.
something about her that I don't think I've talked about. She's a marketing genius. We
I
can
could
say in
tell,
honor of
brother.
Kevin, so all the F boys can come.
I could tell, brother. That's genius. That's like ladies' nights. Ladies' nights at the club. They get in free.
Right.
So all the guys come and pay for drinks.
Just because I need to be face to face. All right, we'll set it up. We'll set it
Or
up.
yeah,
I
yeah.
know just the place too. I know just the place.
I
We
bet.
can put some mics together, bring some cameras in. I know just the place. I know
Bet.
just the place. Yeah, we can. That's a good idea. We'll do that. Talk about some stuff.
Yep.
All right,
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
brother. I cut you off though.
No, I was just saying I've seen a lot of guys that have gotten they go really hard on the it's the women's fault type of attitude because I think what Kevin Samuels was ultimately addressing, and there's a couple other guys that I think would be considered equally as offensive. They just didn't get as popular. That I actually used to listen to quite a bit, and partly it's good to hear criticism when you are down and out because you need to be kind of shaken loose to wake up and fix your problems,
Right.
right? And so guys typically do this to one another, right? If a guy is like really suffering in life, his closest friends would be like, "Hey, bro, snap out of it, dude. You are sucking right now.
Got you.
This is all your fault, dude. It's because you're doing X, Y, and Z. That's why your life is so shit." And then the guy will like, "Man, you're right. What do I do?" And then he goes, you know what I mean? Um, but I think a lot of these guys, they're kind of riding the wave, blaming women, and that's problematic. I think the best way to go about this, since you're right, brother, everybody does just want to be happy. The best way
Everybody
to go
wants to be
about
happy,
this,
man.
yeah, that's it, man. And it's just like, hey, where's the disconnect here? Let's look at what's going on. Let's look at what the problem is, what's happening. Men are suffering from depression, women are suffering from whatever they're suffering from. Let's figure out where is the disconnect, and then let's fix that. Are women's expectations too high? Are men's work ethic too low? What's the problem? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Let's do that.
Um, and let's fix it. Let's address it, and then let's put it out there. Get the guys on board. Man, hey, y'all got to stop being sloppy out here, man. Go work out. Go get in the gym. These women ain't having it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Quit looking like that. The women ain't trying to hear it. And then if the women got to pay, lower your expectations. Quit wanting expensive shit. The man can't do it, man. Whatever the case is, man. You know what I mean? And
Uh,
we can work together to fix it.
so she says, "Let me tell my group."
Bet.
Cool. Ultimately, let me say this. Ultimately, and then yeah, ultimately, everyone that wants to be happy, everyone.
Yeah.
This is for
Yeah.
children. This is for men. This is for women. Happy is up.
Mm-hmm.
That's where happy is. It's up. And if you move up, not telling you that all your days are going to be pleasantly, you know, uh, peachy, wonderfully, blossom.
Mm-hmm.
But happy is up, and you got to climb up, man, to get happy. And for men, it may look something like working out, um, working towards your employment goals or business or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Women, it might look something like getting the body that you want, health is obviously, let's just put that in there. That's for everyone. That's for children. That's for men. That's for women. Being healthy, looking good, and feeling good. That's
Yeah.
gonna help.
Mm-hmm.
But also, take your time to learn who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you learn who you are, you'll know what makes you happy. You know exactly what makes you happy. Some people, brother, you remember we used to bird watch,
Yeah. Yeah, I
and
remember that, brother.
I remember that not being so bad, man. That was cool. I liked it.
That was cool, man. Bird
But
Watson,
if
that was cool.
right, but if I was still just a pistol packing, noise talking, hip hop rap dude, maybe I wouldn't. That was just one portion of myself, man. I got to get a chance to get to know yourself, man. And
Word.
because birds are out here living free, man. It was at a time that I wasn't free. Remember, that's
Yeah,
one of the
I was.
reasons
Yeah, I
why.
was there.
Yeah, and birds were so free, and I just was looking at them when I was intrigued by it, and I started to learn about birds, and I
Yeah,
wouldn't have known that.
that's back when we were incels. Also, we were also incels.
We were involuntary celibate. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll look at that. We'll definitely look forward to being able to have a panel, brother. How many men? Just us two. We need at least one other man.
I got one in mind, brother. I'll let you know who. I got one in
All right,
mind, brother. I think this would be killer, man. This would be
okay.
killer.
And
And
then,
we could do like 2 women per man. Let y'all gang up on us.
oh wow,
I'm down, brother. I'm with it.
because everybody wants that. Every guy wants that.
Yeah, 2 women per man. Let's do it.